with a lot of these.
Alright, second upload of the day. I will be uploading 3 times today. So I did Italian, the Italy Grand Finals. Now I'm doing the Spain Grand Finals, and I will do Japan as my third upload. Let's see how Spain does. The Italy Grand Finals was really, really good. We have Bardock against Dr. Wheelo here. Very good point characters, like we spoke about with the Italian players. Dr. Wheelo is very good on point because, well, you don't see it. He already spent 1 key bar, but Dr. Wheelo starts with 3 key bars and 1 skill point and 4 health bars. And since he's a 4 DP character, he could switch in 20 seconds. Dr. Wheelo is very, very unbalanced, and it's not very fair. Saru has Bardock. He starts with 3 key bars as well, so both of them are tied in terms of key advantage. But since Dr. Wheelo has 1 skill point over Bardock, he does have the defensive advantage. Well, actually, Giants don't have super perception. But even then, since he has 1 skill point, Dr. Wheelo has 1 instant sparking for 2 skill points, basically. He only has to gain 2 skill points to get to instant sparking. And Dr. Wheelo with instant sparking is extremely, extremely scary. And starting out with Bardock against Dr. Wheelo is not good. You want a character who could transform to a 7 DP character on point against a giant character. Because the sooner you get your 7 DP character, the better it'll be. But enough yapping, let's see how the Spanish players play. I think the Spanish people were the ones who created the BT4 mod. So we got some very talented Spanish people out there who love the Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi series. I believe they are. I'm sorry if I'm getting that wrong. But yeah, look how crazy this is. Dr. Wheelo was already able to do meaningful damage. Over 10k to his Bardock. And I don't know if Saru has a character that could transform to a 7 DP character. There are ways to fight giant characters with a low DP character, but it does take some resources and it's difficult. Worker Grunt, yep. I don't know what happened to Saru's ki. Saru is dashing around too much. He just has to block and deflect these ki blasts and farm skill points. Yeah, he's spending too much ki. You want ki to be able to dash at the giant character and be able to open them up. Because he didn't do that, Worker Grunt was able to just sit there and charge to full power, to sparking mode. Okay, he got his own sparking mode. But I don't agree with that. The reason why I don't agree with that is because look how much health Trunks has. He should have saved that sparking mode, switched out his Trunks, gained a good amount of health, stalled out even more with the new character he has in, switched Trunks back in, and then he would have sparking mode against whatever character Worker Grunt has. If it's Dr. Wheelo, then he would have sparking mode with a healthier Trunks. But now, since he's challenging his Dr. Wheelo in sparking mode as well, probably not good. His Wheelo could finish his Trunks right here and now.
Yeah, look at now he's closing up, just do the shoulder tackles. He's not really letting Trunks.
Oh, but since they're at the top of the stage, he's not able to dash at him. He just throws a raw ultimate at Dr. Wheelo. Let's see if this hits. If it hits, it doesn't really matter anyway because he could just switch out his Wheelo. He should have just stayed. Nope. Very bad decision by Saru. Extremely bad decision. Now he has no ki. And he gets the switch off, but he's in red health. Like I said in the Italian video, the Italian Grand Final video. Once your character is in red health, that character is next to dead. The best thing you could do is down a character. The next best thing you could do is get a character in red health. And like I keep saying in these videos, you only want to be forced into red health. He was not forced into red health. He had many opportunities to switch his Trunks. Worker Grunt kind of overstayed his welcome as well with Dr. Wheelo, but since he's so tanky, it kind of doesn't matter too much. But Worker Grunt could have saved his Dr. Wheelo even more if he switched him out sooner. And he's using Dr. Wheelo and Grade 8 Vegeta.
best we've seen so far. So,
Oh, yeah.
confident in his strat.
Oh, I would definitely agree with
The
that.
Giant strat.
He's been so good.
Saru is playing the distance game, and that's not good against Giants. Giants are not stunned by Ki blasts. Saru should not be trying to play the distance game.
Gohan's gonna be in here.
He should be trying to stay close and dash around the Giants.
To dodge the elbow as well. We've seen how much
The reason being is Giants do not have a step-in barrier. You do not have a step-in barrier for Giants. Once you're up close to a Giant, you could do a short dash. If you do 2 short dashes to the side,
hits here and there.
you could take their back, and you could just use the short dash and use a short dash attack and be able to stagger the Giant character. But Saru right here, he's allowing Worker Grunt to just charge. Playing distance with a Giant character is the worst thing you could do because, like I said earlier, your Ki blasts will not stagger them. So if you just play distance with a Giant character, they're just going to sit there and charge, and you do not want Giant characters to have Ki. If you let a Giant character charge, that is the worst thing you could do. And exactly, you could see what's going on here. That is not good. Saru does not know how to deal with Giants. And that is why Dr. Wheelo is so strong, because he has perpetual Ki gain. So he doesn't have to sit there and charge. But since Saru is playing the distance game, he's allowing Worker Grunt's Great Ape to just charge up.
Now, though, it's a lot of damage.
And here we go.
Worker Grunt is overstaying his welcome once again.
Saru.
Saru does do a good switch because he will have downtime. He's going to switch out his, yep. And now he will have some downtime where Worker Grunt will have to work to re-engage with Saru.
Now we're back to the regular side.
If Saru plays this a little slowly, he could switch out his Trunks again and regain even more health and have a healthy Trunks.
Back into it, but it's tough. The way this game is.
But Worker Grunt could potentially finish. Nope.
See if he can help.
Okay, good. Saru, switch him out. Switch him out. Why aren't you switching? No. No.
Trunks nearly down.
This is not good.
Worker.
He could...
Got him, man.
Saru, switch. Switch your character. There it is. Okay. Way too late. Way too late. Like I said, you only ever want to be forced into red health. Saru was not forced into red health there. He allowed Worker Grunt to damage him a lot. He could have stalled out a little bit. Since he had yellow health, he could have stalled out into another full health bar. But he did not do that. Worker Grunt only has a 4-character team. If Saru is able to save all of his characters,
Good. That's another thing he's been really,
which is a lot more difficult in a 10-minute match, but it could be done.
really late.
I believe Saru has a 5-character team.
So much done on
He has Bardock,
bring in this big tank.
Gohan, Trunks, Master Roshi, and Hercule.
So much life here. After
That is a 5-character team. But he's not doing a good job of managing his characters. So far, he's done a terrible job of managing his characters, and he is not on the right path to being able to stall out Worker Grunt to a timeout. But it's still not too late. He could stall him out still. He just has to be able to choose the right time to switch in his Trunks. That was a good time to switch in his Trunks last time, but he did not play it right. He should have stalled it out and played it slowly, and then switch out his Trunks again. That way he could gain even more health. If I were Saru here, I would not have done that super. I would have, yeah. The reason why I would not have done that super, look, he does not have enough Ki to do a Z-burst dash. Yes, he will damage his Raccoon, but he cannot continue pressuring him. That damage he done will be rendered useless if Worker Grunt switches his character. Let's see if that's let's see if that's what he does. This is a live reaction. I have not watched this yet.
Characters like Raccoon, like we said, lowering the threshold at which you can
Yep,
recover
that's
health
exactly what
is
happens.
super big. That's why he got the
Had he
super
not
power
spent
already, right? Even though he was
those 3 key bars using that super, he could have just pressured his Raccoon,
later,
pressured him down to red health, or even down him.
Pretty nice. Okay. This Wheelo's been doing
He should have switched out his Gohan on Raccoon.
side of Worker.
consistently
Because if he switched out his Gohan on Raccoon, Raccoon is a low DP character. There is space. You could gain the spacing opportunity to transform to SS2 Gohan, and SS2 Gohan would deal with Giants a lot more easily. If I were Worker Grunt here, I'd work towards switching.
yeah, very fortunate for the Gohan.
Yep.
He is allowing Saru to do too much damage to his Wheelo.
Trunks, but yeah, I mean. not that
Switch.
much
Okay,
life
good.
on Trunks,
Good
right?
switch.
Indeed,
Oh my
now,
god, what is this visual?
oh, the Great Ape is here. It's
Yep.
gonna be very scary again, already in sparking mode as well.
Yeah,
Okay, good. Saru is playing it slow, and he's not spending all of his Ki.
On in the tournament. You know, the
Okay, Saru is starting to play it a little better.
working so well against
He was forced into red health. Oh my gosh.
Trunks, the
Maybe that's why he's playing the distance game. He does not want to get hit by the people's elbow.
way Worker Grunt has been kind of
Oh my god, that was insane.
focusing on staying in
But charge smash attacks in sparking mode for giant characters is insane.
Trunks and these other
I don't know if I agree with this. Let's see if it hits. This is a very risky play.
perfect way to counter what he's trying
It does not hit. Now Saru has 0 key bar.
and
And that is not good.
he's just
That is not good.
shoulder checks.
Not good whatsoever.
Oh, big elbows, and it does so much damage.
Okay.
ridiculous amounts of
It's
damage.
tied right now in characters. It's a 4v4. If Saru could down one oh, those were insane super counters. I'll give Saru that. Saru is a mechanically skilled player, it seems. Okay, very good instant sparking. He could down grade 8 Vegeta here. I don't know what Worker Grunt is doing. He's not doing a very good job of managing his characters either. Very good vanish by Worker Grunt though. He switches out. Very good switch. He did overstay his welcome a bit there though, but he did a lot of damage. He downed his Trunks. So that was a very good trade.
Stuff.
Let me crack open another energy drink. So I'm a little more hyped for this. If you guys like energy drinks, what's your favorite energy drink? I have the Guava Monster here. Not sponsored. I wish Monster would sponsor me. That would be an insane sponsorship. If you don't drink energy drinks, then good. You're a healthy individual. Energy drinks are not good for you. Drink water.
Super counter though.
Or if you like coffee, let me know. Do you like your coffee with milk and sugar, or do you like your coffee black? Anyway, back to the game. Just a Roshi mirror match. Nothing too interesting going on right now.
Going through again.
Just playing neutral. Both of them could switch, and both of them should switch. Okay, Saru gets the switch. That was a little late on the switch, because Worker Grunt was able to do meaningful damage to him. He did more than 10k damage. This is a good switch. He switched into Gohan. He should work towards transforming to SS2 Gohan, especially against Roshi, because now is your opportunity to do it. A low DP character is out. He's not going to do that much damage, and if he transforms to SS2 Gohan, that'll be a lot of downtime to wait out the switch gauge. Instead, he uses a full power charge. I don't know if I agree with that. At least transform to SS1 Gohan. You could do a lot of damage that way. You need damage because right now it's a 4v4. If you could down one of his characters, that would be insane. If he transformed to SS1 Gohan at least, he could have downed his Roshi. He is overstaying his welcome with Gohan as well. He needs to switch his Gohan now. He is not switching his Gohan. This is terrible. This is not good. One more combo from Recoome, and that means that could mean a downed Gohan. But luckily, Gohan has key advantage here.
Let's see.
He's going to set up the sparking. Is he not going to switch? Okay, now he switches. That was too late of a switch. Very bad idea to switch in Hercule because of Hercule could get downed in one combo, especially since it's in sparking mode. Revenge counter, desperate revenge counter. I guess he couldn't really do much else.
He's gonna try this, but yeah, okay.
He hits the present bomb.
Yeah, you might.
He should be able to switch after this.
But again, the damage is so insignificant.
Okay.
I mean, not even.
Okay, good. He did a good job of stalling with Hercule. Still very risky to have Hercule. Worker Grunt could have capitalized on that opportunity and gained character advantage once by downing Hercule. But Saru did a very good job of stalling and surviving with Hercule. Worker Grunt with a massive key advantage here. Let's see how Saru deals with it. Yeah, there's only 1 more minute left. It's a pretty close game, it seems. I think so far, I don't know who's winning so far, but Saru could easily turn this into his game right now. Worker Grunt needs to switch. He needs to switch. He only has 40 seconds left. I believe it takes about 50 seconds to regain a whole bar of health when you switch.
So hard to say.
He needs this time right now. He needs to switch. Switch right now.
Oh, yo, he just did it.
No. That could be the winning blow by Saru. Worker Grunt needs to switch. He needs to switch. Yeah, and you see how since he used the super instead of his ultimate, I believe he was in sparking mode, but since he used the super and he had enough key to continue pressuring, that was good. He used Wild Sense.
I think Wilo's a great choice to bring.
Oh, good grab by Wilo, by Worker Grunt, because he knows Wild Sense is up.
Gonna reach. No, of course not. It's only a short range block.
Bad super. He probably forgot Gohan has a close range super only.
Okay, mini game. Let's see here.
Good grab clash.
Okay, you got it.
Saru was very... Oh. No, what was that?
Sparking off as well.
That happens to me sometimes as well, where my attack doesn't come out during a quick recovery.
Pretty sure it's Worker, but I don't want to say
Worker
for
Grunt
sure.
probably won.
I don't know.
Yep.
Worker Grunt.
So many mistakes on Saru's part. Saru needs to transform to SS2 Gohan and do a lot of damage.
Well, going into this match, but he was like, I'm gonna
Worker Grunt has Roshi and Recoome.
like I got it.
If he has SS2 Gohan would counter his entire team. SS2 Gohan would go through Giants easily. And if he switches to Recoome or Roshi, those are low DP characters. SS2 Gohan would mop the floor with them. He needs to transform to SS2 Gohan.
Honestly, like,
And the best way to do it would be to get him to switch to Roshi somehow. Do what you're doing, manage your characters, get him to switch to Roshi, switch in your Gohan, and then transform to SS2 against Roshi because Roshi is his weakest character. And since his weakest character is out, he won't be able to do a lot of damage to his SS2 Gohan, and SS2 Gohan could do a lot of damage to Roshi, and since he's not going to take up that much damage by Roshi, that will stall out enough time for SS2 Gohan to be able to switch, and if he switches with SS2 Gohan, he'll be able to gain back a lot of health. That was a lot to say, but that would be my strategy towards it, and I think that would be the best strategy.
The game plan was adjusted right
Because it's a 4v5 right now. If you can make it a 3v5,
for the bar dog, so
that should be game. That should be game. All he has to do is down Roshi or Recoome. I would understand if he can't down the Giants because the Giants are very tanky.
yeah, incredibly
Okay,
adjusted.
a lot of yapping. Let's
See Matt plays
skip down to match 2.
one match away. Here we got Italy.
Hey, it's a tournament. We gotta watch the intros. The intros is what gets it hype. If you guys watched Dragon Ball Fighters, I think it was Evo. Man, whenever the intros came on and they would scream to power up, the whole entire audience would scream as well.
Yeah.
Let's see if Saru adapts.
Okay.
Both Worker Grunt and Saru could do a much better job of managing characters.
Bardock, a character that
If Worker Grunt manages his characters, that would be game over, right? Because if you're a Giant player and you know how to manage characters, then there's no way you could stall people out easily. There's no way someone would win without a 7 DP character. Like right now, Worker Grunt could switch out his Wilo and have a full health Wilo, and that's what I would have done if I were playing Wilo. I would switch him out, get my full health back, and then switch him back in, and then I would have instant spark.
charge key blast, just really frustrating. You have to like time that.
It's better to play the long-term game. Right now, Worker Grunt just used instant spark. I don't disagree with it. It's good, but I do think there's a more optimal play. Saru is playing the distance game,
Worker was running away with the match the last
which he's probably playing the distance game because he does not want to get hit by the people's elbow. So I was criticizing him for playing the distance game last match, which I could understand why now. But you gotta also manage your ki, because you want one ki bar to be able to dash at them. Yep. But I don't blame Saru for this, so I take back what I said earlier. It's a very difficult thing to balance, trying to keep distance away from the people's elbow and also having enough ki to dash at them to avoid them charging into sparking mode again.
Infinite Bardock's gonna take a hit here and again.
But that's probably why Worker Grunt doesn't want to switch out Wilo, because he knows how strong this is. I don't agree with that. He should have switched out Bardock and continued stalling and played the long game, because a healthy sparking mode character would be what's good to counter a Giant. Right now, this is quite the risky play by Saru, because one combo or one open up would be the end of Bardock. But I guess you could do that risky play because it's a 5v4.
Yep. Oh man.
Good switch.
On that, to be honest.
Overall, good play still. Very good play still. I don't disagree with it. I do think it could have been done a little better, but still a very good play. It didn't really work out, but I agree with the risky play.
could be one of the chances, but yeah, the Key Blasts aren't going to interrupt the Key Charge.
Because in a situation like this, you're going to have to do some risky plays. And Worker Grunt is doing a good job of zoning out Chunks. Saru gets instant spark off again. Very good. Okay, you could end his Roshi here.
I think Saru realized it.
Saru could end his Roshi. I would switch into SS2 Gohan once I'm done taking advantage of sparking mode.
Yeah, I really love that from Worker 100%.
Did I just say switch into SS2 Gohan? I would switch into Gohan and work towards SS2. I do not agree with using your ultimate there. Those no reason. I think he set it up with the unblockable Ki Blast. Nope. Yep. You wasted all your resources. Now you got opened up.
See, Saru.
And this is a big theme we're seeing, even with the top players. There is no reason for you to use your ultimate. Once you use your ultimate, you burn all your resources and you still risk missing it, right? Even if he set it up correctly, Worker Grunt could have vanished that ultimate regardless. So why spend all your resources? And I don't agree with the switch. He should have switched in his Gohan and worked towards SS2.
That one.
Defense, I was going to say, but he's going to get it.
If he has SS2 Gohan, that would be so much easier to deal with Giants. Like I said earlier, SS2 Gohan would counter this entire team that Worker Grunt has.
Work here with this master.
And all he needs to do is down one character. He could literally transform to SS2 Gohan and play really riskily and try to down one character. If he could manage that trade, make it a 4v3, then that's still very good.
Movement now, both players.
But if he's able to just down one character, make it a 5v3, Worker Grunt would be at a massive disadvantage from that.
Rather than let him rock and like get the instant spark.
I would switch out Roshi here. He overstayed his welcome.
Hold that there. He did have bars for revenge.
He used Pump Up. Interesting. He probably meant to use False Courage. Yeah, I don't. Not a good play. This is not good. He is overstaying his welcome with Roshi. Worker Grunt was able to do meaningful damage to Roshi. A little late with the switch. Oh, did he catch the sidestep?
Gohan do? Let's see. Oh, got caught.
This is not good.
Yeah, I don't even know if Saru.
If I were Saru, I'd still risk. Oh, wait. I don't know if I'd risk the transformation.
Yeah, these giants can be so effective.
And this is what I'm saying. Had he switched in his Gohan on Worker Grunt's Roshi, he would have SS2 by now. And he'd be doing so much more damage to his Weelo right now as we speak if he had SS2 Gohan.
Heavily for that one. Good stuff.
Instant spark.
SS2 Gohan's Masenko, 2 Ki Bar Super. His 2 Ki Bar Super does 10k damage in SS2. It does 10k damage to Weelo.
Exactly. And a Worker, after this.
Oh gosh, this is not a good thing for Saru. Saru could have played this so much better.
He might just tag the Weelo out. Make sure to keep him
He's
as
getting
close as
cheesed out,
possible here.
and I don't think Saru really knows how to deal with this.
But yeah, when you can just go with the sparking from that much distance.
He just allows him to charge up. He's trying to gain the distance, but Worker Grunt is slowly approaching him, slowly and scarily. Oh, Saru does open him up a little bit. Oh, good, good, good. When you have the high ground on
Ultimate attack spent.
a character and you use like an explosive wave, which Bardock's instant spark functions like an explosive wave. If you have the high ground on them, you will knock them downward and they will like freaking fall all the way down to the ground. And you saw that happen, and he used his ultimate. You can follow up your ultimate or super with that whenever that happens. I do not know if I agree with him using his ultimate like right away as Bardock, but I semi-agree with it. He got off 16k damage, so it was worth it, but he could have also done a lot more damage. And again, he just used his ultimate, spent all of his resources, and now he has to deal with this. This might miss. If he could short dash away, if Saru could short dash away, this is gonna miss. Nope. Oh, because he spent all of his ki. He does not have enough resources. And this is why I say you have to be very careful with using your ultimates. When you're in sparking mode, you do not have to use your ultimate. If you can't find an opening for your ultimate, just let your sparking mode run out and then you'll have a full ki gauge.
It could, 100%.
That could be it.
And having a full ki gauge is a lot of times better than just risking throwing out your ultimate randomly.
Right now, and Worker Grunt going in with the Roshi while in sparking here. Try to chase down. Oh.
If I were Saru here, I would wait for Worker Grunt's sparking to run out and then switch to Gohan and transform. But I don't think Saru cares for transforming. And that will be his downfall. He needs to transform with with Gohan. Even if Worker Grunt didn't have the characters he has, having a 7 DP character on your team is massive because a 7 DP character will easily do meaningful damage. Easily.
Here we go, Masenko. Saru firing back now with this Gohan.
Okay. He switches into Recoome. That's still good for Saru. Saru could transform. He needs to transform here. But he's probably not going to. He's probably just going to use full power charge.
The Giants taking some significant damage.
Which full power charge is great. But in my opinion, you need a 7 DP.
That health in tip-top shape.
And SS2 Gohan has Explosive Wave, and that could keep him safe. And Saru's going to lose his Gohan here. Yep.
Out the Gohan. One step closer to
That was not good.
Closer and closer.
He just
Oh,
lets
now it's
Worker Grunt
scary.
charge into Sparking mode. I don't understand why.
Oh, he got
I just noticed they're playing on this city map.
one.
This is probably one of my least favorite maps. I love the scenery of it, but it's just too much. Too much stuff in the way.
Pretty strong. It's pretty strong.
I know I said in the Italian Grand Finals that I enjoy the other stages because there is some like terrain and stuff, but city is just too much. It screws you over way too much. But at least they're not fighting in buildings. When you're fighting in the buildings or like on the ground, there's so many things in the way that could just like stop your combos.
Spark time. Oh, you're really bringing in this.
Okay, risky move switching in Hercule against a sparking mode character. Saru does seem to do a good job to stall out with Hercule, so let's see if he does it again. He could switch out. Okay, gets to switch out. It's still not over for Saru. It's a 4v4. It is bad that he lost his Gohan. He lost the potential to go into a 7 DP character. But he does have Trunks and Bardock, who does have Instant Spark, and that could still deal with the giant characters.
Can't say for sure, but let's see.
Really good vanish by Saru.
Time.
Nice.
That's huge. Saru saving his Roshi some severe life.
Go. Worker.
Saru is overstaying his welcome with Roshi as well.
He is getting.
And this is a big theme for a lot of these matches, is people not managing their characters correctly or well enough.
Worker is playing this well in the regular size characters right while he's letting his Giants heal up. I mean, this is
Okay, good switch. It was a little late for that though.
here. He wants to do some work. Get this Roshi down.
Since Bardock has instant sparking here, he has enough for sparking. He could force Worker Grunt to play a little more passively and then have enough time to switch out his Bardock again. But he might be saving his sparking mode for the Giants. I do not agree with this super, but he does win the mini game, so that's great. So it works out in his favor in the end, and this is why I hate this map. Look at that. He wasn't able to open him up. He spends his sparking mode. I do not agree with it. He was able to switch. He should have switched his Bardock, gained more health, switch his Bardock back in, have a healthier Bardock, and have sparking mode against his giant Worker Grunt's giant characters. Very bad play, in my opinion, by Saru.
So fast, man.
Gets another super off. I would switch here. I would switch here. Please do not use another super. Please do not.
That follows it up. Even right here.
You just spent all your resources. Why? Yes, you'll do more damage, but you could have done damage normally as well. Do not spend your resources. You have 0 key now. You need your key.
Good, like, low-cost character as well. But Trunks coming in for Saru.
Not a good choice by Saru. And that is a massive mistake I see several Bardock players do. They just do 2 supers in a row. And it's just like, you spend all your resources for what? He's going to switch out again.
I need more defense. I need more defense.
That's it.
I don't know why Worker Grunt's not switching out. He should switch out. Very risky. He's challenging the sparking mode.
Can on the side of Raccoon.
Worker Grunt has balls here.
Counter to get out. And try and make that
Nope,
step
this
back.
is not good for Worker Grunt. He's going to lose this Vanish War unless Saru chokes.
Okay. Ooh, using the
Yep,
revenge counter with the
Saru could finish. But he backs away. Okay, he sets up his ultimate.
connect.
This is a good ultimate. If this hits, Recoome is dead and it's 4v3.
See here, that's gonna be very dangerous for a Coom if it doesn't indeed land.
Worker Grunt made a massive mistake not switching out. I don't know why he didn't switch out. Very bad play by Worker Grunt. No reason for him to not have switched out. Switch out your Trunks right now, Saru. Switch out your Trunks right now. Switch your Trunks out. What are you doing? Why didn't you switch out your Trunks? You had like 5 seconds to switch out your Trunks. And now he has his back turned. This might hit. Oh, why didn't you switch out your Trunks? It's probably because his other characters are low health. But you still gotta switch him out because you would have gained health on your Trunks. If you lost a character, at least your Trunks is regenerating some health.
Shoulder tackles. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of key blasts, but any of these strikes are going to be huge. Doesn't get caught with his hand in the cookie jar either. That's why the Great Ape's coming in.
Some people are saying that Bardock does regain a full key gauge when he's on the bench. So if you remembered, I mentioned earlier, which you should remember because I made a big deal out of it, he spent all of his ki and he switched out his Bardock with 0 ki, and his Bardock just came back in with an almost full key gauge. So I'm not sure how. Maybe what people are saying is true regarding Bardock, that he does regain ki on the bench. He regains a lot of ki on the bench. This was a really good play by Saru. If this lands. No!
There you go, and I'm sure that's his reaction.
This happens a lot. He downed his Great Ape. I believe that should have been a down. But since time was up, it didn't give the animation that his character was downed. Had he gotten the animation, I think he would have won the game because that would have been a 3v2. But hard to say because all of his characters were low health anyway. Let's watch that again. 2 seconds left on the clock. He catches him in the dash.
Even if this hits Vegeta, I don't think it's going to make much.
Okay, I missed it by a frame.
Even if this hits Vegeta, I don't think it's...
He has no health left. This is so unfortunate for Saru. I do think he would have won if he got the downed animation. So I feel bad for Saru. I don't know. You guys let me know. I think this was this would have made it a 3v2. I think Saru had 3 characters up. And Worker Grunt, had he lost his Great Ape Vegeta here, that would have just been Wheelo and Roshi. But then again, his Bardock is basically dead, so I'm not sure. I'd have to rewatch the whole thing again and just try to memorize the health. I do not remember, but I do think Saru has 3 characters up. I don't know, but it's still very unfortunate he couldn't get the down animation. As you can tell, he didn't get the down animation because he gets the outro with Great Ape Vegeta. I think both players did really bad plays, but Worker Grunt was just able to out-cheese Saru. Yeah. I feel bad for Saru. I feel like if he got that down animation, he could have won the second game and maybe apply some adaptations for a third game. But Saru, dude, if Saru just transformed to SS2 Gohan, he would have stood a much, much better chance in my opinion. So this is a lesson for you guys. If you're going up against giant characters, you have to manage your characters better, and you have to transform. Like Worker Grunt's team all could have been countered by SS2 Gohan. Not to mention, he could have transformed with Trunks. Super Saiyan Trunks is a 6 DP. Yeah, that won't break through super armor immediately, but I believe you could break through on the 3rd hit. And SSJ Trunks just does way more damage anyway. If you transform with your characters, you do so much more damage. You could get meaningful damage so much more easily and quicker. So if you could work towards a transformation and really manage your characters well enough to get your transformations off in a healthy state, that is massive. And in these matches where there's 10 minutes, there's no excuse to why you can't transform with your characters and play it slow enough that your characters are still healthy when they transform. A lot of these players are just playing it very poorly and just not managing their characters, man. Well, regardless, good games by Saru and Worker Grunt. Congratulations to Worker Grunt. Yep. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Have a good day, you guys.